We're nearing closer and closer to the end of the regular season, and yet, even so, there's a lot of matches and a lot of things to determine here. Welcome to the ATS Ascendant Cup, sponsored by Variety Esports, and welcome to the show where apparently my webcam's not working, so give me a quick second to see if I can figure that out. Hello everybody, welcome in, nice to see you all, hope you all are doing well. I'm Spotty FC, and we are all in for a great night of Rocket League action. As I said, the Ascendant Cup, here tonight, it will be the Wobblers taking on Team Evo Vector. Two undefeated sides. There's not much else to say about these teams except just how good they have been so far this season. Both are undefeated, both have seen no losses. Someone is going to have to meet their first deficit tonight. And what a tough battle it's going to be for both of these teams. As, again, the questions really do persist here, I think, for both these sides. How are they going to play tonight? How are they going to compete against each other in this best of five? We're, again, nearing the end of the regular season. Both of these teams, this is their second to last match of that regular season. So again, are leading their, actually are not even leading their groups, but Team Evo Vector, having just won actually only minutes ago against NSG in a field sweep, have now led their group. The Wobblers have been leading all season, not even dropped a single game, and what is shaping up to be the question of, is their group easy, or is it just that they're that good? That's the real question we have here. The Wobblers have not played outside their group yet this season, and neither have Team Evo Vector. Although Vector, their group is shared with Exploding Cat Gift, who are also currently undefeated. So, we've got a lot of teams battling in to those spots as we get things put it out here and just are ready to get things underway. And this is a best of 5 matchup. See, maybe if I turn the light on, if it's good or not. Ooh, that's bright. I think we're gonna go without the light on, because this light is not exactly great. You guys can still see me. I might need to find another way to get a light source here in this very dark part of my room. But again, hopefully all of you are doing well, as again, we'll hopefully get things sorted out here very soon. And for Evo Vector, I think one of the biggest interesting parts about this team is the addition of Cody. They added in Cody for today. I don't know if he was with them when they played NSG. Definitely a good player, nonetheless, and definitely someone that you would want to look out for. It is that same Cody I've seen in the past play on Team Ignition. And one of the things about Team Evo Vector that does make them so interesting is that, again, not only are they one of the highest ranked teams here, they are quite literally up there. And this is a team that has added in high-ranked player after high-ranked player during the regular season. It's a team that really has only one option, and that is to win the whole thing. They don't care about any other option. They're here to win. They're here to take victories. And the Wobblers are definitely going to be a team that if you want to win this tournament, you're probably going to have to run through them to get there. Pressure's definitely there for them. These teams in the lobby shortly, as today's also no day where we had a Rocket League update, so my overlay is not working right now. I hope it does. Hope we can get that working by tomorrow. But you're gonna have to be stuck with the text box overlay, which we'll get set up when we go in game here. But best of 5 matchup, and as I said again, these are some very good teams. But the Ascendant Cup, sponsored by Variety Esports, so shoutouts to our friends in Variety Esports for season. Again, while we wait on these teams to join into this match, hopefully, again, we'll get things sorted out here as in comes Break, J-Dubs, and Crow. So they are not actually utilizing Cody tonight. Add him in. Wonder if he was playing with them. Break, J-Dubs, Crow. Crow specifically is a player to watch out for. Apparently he's been tearing up the Ascendant Cup this season. So that's gonna be a player that I think a lot of people will be looking on to. That's a player I've wanted to see all season long because of all the things I've heard about him. For a lot of people, they kind of know this. That Crow, he is that player this season. He has just been unstoppable so far. For a team that, again, has not lost very much. In fact, I don't think I've dropped a single game in quite some time. Didn't drop any today. They did go to Game 5 against Godfall Gaming, though, earlier this season. That's the only 2 games that they have dropped this season. So, for Team Evo, the pressure definitely might be on them a little bit more here than it is for the Wobblers, although I would expect, actually, Evo Vector, with their extremely high-ranked and relatively aggressive play that they like to go for, are definitely going to have a lot to showcase here in this series. I would not hold them as a team that is going to hold back. As again, we're just waiting on these teams to show up. While we do that, hopefully all of you are going to be here for this match, or here to enjoy the day, as I am. But again, we're just waiting on getting some updates here on all the whereabouts of these players. As again, we'll get you all in the know of everything. As one sec, I'm gonna make sure I'm not too loud for all of you. Oh, hopefully that's a little bit nicer. Actually, there. Testing things around. Because I did accidentally bump into this thing, and I think I could have a reason for why it's not picking up so well. Let's see. Is that better? That sounds fine. We'll work with it. It's gonna be a kind of a scuff day here. I guess we'll work with what we have here. And we'll wait on all these teams. I have a feeling that that the Wobblers may have forgot about the update today, and we will be waiting on them for that. But yeah, but again, I have a feeling there's probably stuck in that update. Again, as I said, the game did just update about an hour ago, so if they haven't done the update already, they're going to have to do it now. Same reason why my overlay doesn't work. It relies on Buck's mod, and Buck's mod updated yet, so yeah, it generally takes like an hour or two for the update to fully go through. The Buck's mod update to go through. So we're probably not going to have that here for this series, which unfortunate, but here's what it is. Is we'll go in game here, and real quickly, I'm going to make sure we add in some text boxes. 1 second. Games. Zevo. Again, this is part of ATS's. Let's make sure. You guys get to see what's happening now. Yeah, it's gonna be a really awkward view because again, my overlay doesn't work right now because it can't. So again, well, I'm sure the Box of My people that thing updated. I'm gonna move on as normal here. It will be the Wobblers who take to the blue side for this match. It will be Evo Vector on the orange, and let's hope that this will be okay for the overlay. And apologies to all of you. At least we still have the sponsor. But there we go. Everything's up and ready to go here. The Wobblers on the blue side. Team Evo Vector on the orange. In a best-of-5 matchup. 2 undefeated sides clash. Only one can keep that title. Evo Vector have stood relatively unopposed. The Wobblers have not even dropped a single game yet. This is nonetheless a series, but have been in a group that many have considered to be on the easier side. Pressure's on, the play is here, and it is the Wobblers taking on Evo Vector, and gonna come out lights out in this match. I want to see players on Evo Vector really get things going quickly. It's a team of high intensity, a team that likes to play offense, and a team that is definitely not going to back down from a challenge. It's the Wobbler side that is known for their consistency, and their extremely strong consistency. Evo Vector, they can't just outperform them. They're gonna have to do it. They're gonna have to do it a lot. They're gonna have to do it often. They're really gonna have to find ways to really sneak through the Wobblers that so far nobody else has even had a sniff of. Now looking for those infield passes. Evo Vector making their way down the field here, but a great catch from Gray. Flip for reset as well, but not made. And as we, have already mentioned before, last time we saw the Wobblers on this stream when they swept 100x Vanguard. This team, also known as Affinity Mirage in the Rocket League Splash series. In the Surge Cup in that division, another really tough division, although one that is slightly lower ranked than this one at its peak. Still a lot of GC2 players in both those divisions as J-Dubs has an open space. Shot not going to be good enough though. Cannot get by Unreal, but Evo Vector letting those solo efforts fly here as Crow gonna get the dunk. Gray will keep it out here, and the Wobblers under a lot of pressure, but cleared away by Duber. And they'll keep that ball away for now as Unreal. Up by Break. Crow to up on it. As I mentioned already, Crow's going to be that player to really look at here this series. He's been, again, an animal this whole season. Definitely someone that going to be of note is Unreal. Never get very far with that play as Crow ends it off that sidewall. Cleared ahead by Duber. By J-Dubs. Unreal missed it completely here. Gray to the sidewall. Still clearing it back, but doesn't get very far with this one, and the Wobblers have more chances on offense. As game one continues to surge forward, nobody having scored just yet. Evo Vector definitely looking like the team that's getting the better opportunities as the Wobblers really stuck on defense, although it should not come as too much a surprise. They've done this before. They even did this against the Vanguard side later in that series. Yet even they still swept them, and it looked pretty convincing. The Wobblers team has no problem playing defense, but they really need that first goal, and they just haven't found much to work with. Gray. Hey, J-Dubs. Here's it back here, and Gray, an interesting player to talk about. I remember him talking, midway through the season, as a lot of players did, about the high rank that this Team Evo Vector side has. A lot of these players are GC2 level players. And they're very good, but what a pass there! Who needs that to be high ranked when you can do plays like that? Oh, the Wobblers have taken goal one as Duber finds Unreal. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Wobblers. What a great way to get your first goal in game one. Again, even though this Wobblers team is one of many teams that have talked about the very high rank that the Team Evo Vector players have. But both these teams have also been pretty respectful for both of each other. I mean, we talked about that for the Wobblers, but Evo Vector have been an extremely confident team. They've been talking a lot about this Wobblers side, about how much they really want to play against them. And, prove that they can take these kind of teams down. You could maybe say it's confidence, but I even say it's respect in a way, because the Vector side, they know how good this team is. And every goal they'll get is a huge step in the right direction as J-Dubs finds Crow, and that's a great touch to the top of the net. It bounced off the bar. Gray couldn't get enough on it. And it is tied up in game one. The Wobblers, all they did to get that lead, it won't last for too long here. I think another thing we have to talk about again for Evo Vector is circumstances of them getting to this match. Again, teams play 2 matches outside of their own group this season. This is one for both these teams. As Gray, he's got a really good play in front. No one to defend him. And the Wobblers inside the final minute have taken the go-ahead goal. Just a really good turn from Gray. Did not leave it. So often you see players leave there, let their teammates come in, take care of it. They had other ideas. He wanted to go quick, wanted to take that challenge right head on, and he does just that. And the Wobblers right now, a 1-goal lead, almost made it 2, but saved away by J-Dubs, and this will go again. Evo Vector trying to prepare themselves. I mean, they're battling against Exploding Cat Gift to be that top team out of the group, to, get that bye, to not have to play in that wild card. I mean, no matter what happens, there's a very good chance that whoever doesn't win this group out of Exploding Cat Gift or Evo Vector is probably going to be the top team going into that wild card bracket. But Why play extra matches when you can just get to that, upper portion of the final bracket later on this season through the group stage? And Evo Vector, a win here would be absolutely massive for them, but they're gonna have a tough time because the Wobblers just do not care. 3-1, and surely that secures this first game. Another infield pass connecting, and the Wobblers proving that even when the going gets rough, they find ways to keep going. What an immense scoreline here in just the first game of this series, and it's the Wobblers who are proving, even against some of the scariest players and teams this season, it doesn't make a difference. They go up 1-0 in the series. Start for the Wobblers, 3-1 in Game 1. And move onward now to game number 2. What we've already seen here, the Wobblers, they need too much more of an introduction. We've seen them already on this stream. Again, this is a team that I don't need to talk too much about. And we'll get things back underway here at number 2. To start for the Wobblers, just letting their passes really speak for themselves. Again, a lot of teams have talked about Evo Vector. I've talked about this team. I know we've had people also talk about, again, how high-ranked this Evo Vector team, but Wobblers proving you don't have to be exceptionally high-ranked to win this tournament. If you got the right team, you got the right people, you put your mind to it, we could very well see the Wobblers take this match. I mean, they're already up 1-0. All you need to do is continue that. Going into game number 2. A great opportunity this will be to really keep things going as Unreal gets things started 5 seconds in. And I've been talking this whole season about how the Wobblers are probably what I would consider the best team in the Ascendant Cup. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but I think if they can beat Team Evo Vector, if they can continue this, I don't think there's going to be too much doubting their abilities. The other team I really can think of as being a team that I would rate as a team that could beat Evo Vector, other than an Exploding Cat GIF, would probably also be on X35 Vortex. Those are the top 4 teams right now, as it seems, in this Ascendant Cup. They're all battling each other in these final weeks, and it is going to get hectic. We're going to be seeing a good amount of these undefeated matchups in that final, week 6 of the regular season, where, again, these teams have to play another out-of-group matchup. High likelihood that we might see teams, these undefeated teams, or even close to undefeated teams, play each other in these final weeks as Freak has an answer, charges against the Wobblers backline. And Unreal was not ready for this, just didn't get a great first touch, didn't control things as he wanted to. And an answer from Team Evo. What I find crazy enough for Evo is that they're still trying to make history in this series, trying to be that first team to take a game off the Wobblers. Not been able to do it just yet. Nobody in their own group seems like they'll be able to do it either. Evo Vector could become the first. Again, they've only dropped two games so far this season before this series. Both of them against Godfall Gaming too long ago in one of their first matches of the season. Now having just dropped their third to the Wobblers. Vector came prepared as now they'll look for another play in front. Bit of an overcommit there, and the Wobblers, they will be having to play careful here. Gray gets back just in time, but my goodness, they are keeping things close here as Evo Vector didn't take too kindly to how Game 1 went for themselves. They still have a lot to say here, but taking a lot of really tough shots, and Wobblers will keep it out. Thank you for the follow, Oddly Andy. Welcome to the Spuddy stream as we've got two teams at 4-0 records here. This is their +1 match this season, the match they can schedule at any point this season. At the end of the season, people already knew this was going to be a relatively tough match for both these teams, and a good one too. Just depending on how these groups are going to line up, and they've lined up just about as perfectly as you can imagine. For Evo Vector, this is probably going to be their toughest week of the regular season. And not only did they play the Wobblers, and NSG, obviously, who came in as another team that were able to get second in the Ascension Cup before it obviously became the Ascendance Cup. Next week, they gotta play against Exploding Cat Giff, and that's not even... Sorry, this week they gotta play Exploding Cat Giff, and that's not even considering next week, where they're guaranteed to have a really tough matchup, just due to how well they played this season. Wobblers right now, looking to keep things tough as they'll go for the back wall. Bit of a miss there, and in comes Duber. All it takes is one mistake, and that opens things up. It's Breaku. Just overshoots this one, and with J-Dubs fully believing in his captain to clear that ball out. The Wobblers now take a 1-goal lead again. The Wobblers again, I think the question has been, how tough has their group been this season? And they have not dropped a single game so far. If they were to take down a team like Evo Vector, who we already know how good this team is, and a group that is already known to be quite tough with Exploding Cat Gift right there with them, I don't think there's going to be any questions about how good this Wobblers team truly is. As off the back wall, oh, what a double tap! Duber takes the third. And things can only get better for the Wobblers. Little pre-flip into this one, follows it up for the second. And my goodness, the Wobblers were called out early on this season by Evo Vector. For this exact match, they are prepared. Evo Vector, can they get a response? Crow doesn't get past the ceiling. Bilby break, challenged by Duber. As J-Dubs, Unreal's whiffed on this one, but they will connect with it, and Wobblers will keep things going. Whiff in front, Unreal just sends this one away. And for Evo Vector, I'm now becoming more of a concern for them. This is not a team that's used to having these kind of time constraints where they have to score. They have to, they will be forced. And rarely do you ever see them in the losing end. I mean, against NSG, I think they only had one game that was a 1-goal. They had 2 games that were 1-goal differences, but again, rarely do you ever see this Evo Vector team under this kind of pressure. Put that pressure on themselves this game, knowing how important it is, knowing that this is a match that could very likely determine not only playoff seeding, but potential future playoff opponents, and everybody wanting to be in that part of that grand finals. And again, I think there being 4 teams right now in this league that are currently undefeated, and a few others that are right behind them with maybe 1 or 2 losses. Every win, every game matters. And the Wobblers right now making things count as Unreal takes his second. And they're letting Evo Vector have it right now. Another whiff for break. And although, again, we've seen Crow really try to take up the mantle for this team, Evo Vector getting their first major challenge of the season in terms of a team that I think everybody knew that could beat them. Their first challenge, though, again, they had to go against Godfall Gaming. Had to win in Game 5 there. They're going to have to find a way to do that here again, but this Wobblers side, so far, have not let them have anything. Game 1 was 3-1. Game 2 will end 4-1. And the Wobblers continue to just be unstoppable. We've seen them sweep Hunter's Vanguard not too long ago. Do they do the same thing against Evo Vector? 1 win away from completing the sweep. And, well, so far, I mean, I keep talking about how this is so, tough to expect. But, I mean, the Wobblers, can you doubt how good this team really is? That's the real thing that impresses me, just how they can do this. teams, and yet they look so. It looks like such a simple playstyle, but it really isn't. It's just a team that has really good chemistry and has really good teamwork. They make it look really, really easy, and I think it makes people underestimate this team often. But there should be no underestimating this result. They're able to sweep Team Evo Vector. There should be no one out there that denies this team's ability to win matches and potentially win this whole season. But it all comes down to Game 3. Can they win here? Can they take a 3-0 sweep? And not only, again, sweep a Evo Vector team that is currently undefeated, but a Team Evo Vector team that is one of the leaders this season. A Team Evo Vector team that, coming into today, just felt like a team that the Wobblers stood no chance against. And I talk about it as well. I believed in this Wobblers team from the start of the season. I knew how good they were, but even I'm impressed that they're able to do this against teams like Evo Vector, who I know are prepared for this tournament. Came in with the, again, express goal of winning the whole thing. They didn't want anything else. And simply put, there should not be too many reasons to doubt this Wobblers team anymore, as they'll look for their first. J-Dubs push back. Look at the save off that back wall, but it's left for Gray. Gets through. Crow break. Challenged by Unreal. And Evo Vector just going to clear this one away, but the Wobblers, again, keeping that heavy pressure. Again, the major foreign for them will be Crow. It has always been Crow this series. It's been the biggest issue for the Wobblers. They've often sent 2 players just to challenge him. Again, they're really playing the style of, if you shut down Crow, the rest of the team kind of falls with him. It's a risky idea to do that because obviously Break and J-Dubs are still very talented players, but it's Crow that really allows this team to be cohesive, and without him really saving this team, the Wobblers are getting opportunities and they're scoring on them too. Unreal beats Break to the challenge and will take a big goal in Game 3. For Team Evo Vector, once again, losing early. Reminder, M and Exploding Cat Gift are both, playing in the same group, are currently both undefeated and are both fighting for that top seed. Losing your +1 match is only going to make things tougher for Team Evo Vector because Exploding Cat Gift, while they haven't played their +1 match just yet, don't really want to take that chance they're going to lose it as well. Gray. Side wall, flicked ahead, looking for the back. Crow will keep him out of it as Bill waiting back, and Wobblers waiting for those signs of offense once again, but much shown here. Evo Vector continuing just to challenge them, but they need to get back to this one. Crow picks it up, gets demoed out by Unreal, and that leaves space for Gray. Be shoveled midfield, and again a big match. And I never even talked about the match Exploding Cat Gift we're going to have. They're playing against 135 Vortex. Again, you don't want to trust that they're going to lose that match. They are the underdogs in that matchup. I think many people consider them the underdogs in that match. They don't want to trust that they're going to be losing that match, although it is not unlikely. But after again we both have big matches to see if they can take that lead in the group because they're both battling. Evo Vector's currently winning by game differential. But again, a fatal sweep is only going to make things worse. It will open the door wide open for Exploding Cat Gift to take the spot away from them. As the Wobblers go upfield again, J-Dubs keeps this one challenged, demoed away. Open net for Dilber! Number 2! The Wobblers take another! And with that time taking away, Evo Vector knows it. That undefeated record may go with it. And with time still ticking, Evo Vector, can they keep this thing going? They've been able to score at least once, or actually once every single game so far. They've got to score twice here, and J-Dubs gets things started. And they needed that. 1 minute, 16 seconds to go. And Evo Vector, maybe a little bit of momentum to make one final push to keep this series going. Bro. There, Unreal clears it away. Greg, the back pass, but no one there to receive. Bro's already back at nets, and he'll make that initial block. You cannot let the Wobblers take a third goal here! Well, that's exactly what they'll do! And the Wobblers just continue to find new ways, find new heights. Can anybody stop them? Because Evo Vector are not able to. And with all that they've done, with all that they've pushed, it isn't even going to be that close to end this game. 3-1, the scoreline in Game 1. 4-1 in Game 2. Evo Vector just trying any way to get back with this. The bad touch from Unreal opens the door once again. But with 31 seconds, 2 goals needed. Is there any hope for Evo Vector? Unreal clears it away. Gray keeps it upfield, looking for one more. That double. She may have been the pass to Unreal, but it's cleared the other way. Crow's got space. He's got the double! And there's still life left in it. Crow! Unmatched! And that goal, they put the fire back in his eyes. One more chance is needed for Evo Vector. Can they make it count? Can they even take it here? The Wobblers aren't going to give them space either. Crow almost beat there with that chance. Gray leaving this one, but doesn't get it to the ground. Now it's challenged by Crow. Kept upfield, but J-Dubs in front. Break missed it completely. And the Wobblers win in a sweep. This game got a lot closer at the end, but even then, the Wobblers will win it. 3 games straight. They stay untouchable. And a sweep. I don't know how many of you expected that. I didn't expect that. The Wobblers came, and they showed up. And Evo Vector have suffered their first loss of the season. It took 3 games to get to that. It took 3 games for all their work, all that they've done to be unraveled. Credit to the Wobblers. What's a performance? 3-0 sweep. Again, these teams have been talking a lot during the season about this match. But there's no doubt who's leading right now. The Wobblers are leading, and they join us here. You've been talking about this match here, the Wobblers. Congrats on your win. A 3-0 sweep. I know Break's been talking a lot about you guys, and you guys have been talking as well. Gray, how does it feel? You get into this match, you came in confidence, and for good reason. I don't think anybody can doubt you anymore.
It's okay. Break's still doubting. I mean, all you gotta do is look at the scoreboard. He'll realize we're just better. It's fine.
As you said, the scoreline speaks for itself. You guys swept them here. And for a match that people expected to be close, expected to be quite, tough for both sides. I think a lot of people, are going to be pleasantly surprised with this result. But you guys have done this whole season. Coming into this Duber, did you expect that this team was going to be able to not only beat, this Evo Vector beating, but sweep them? Something that no other team has even come close to doing.
I mean, I thought it was going to be closer, but I thought we had a very good shot at sweeping. It's not too unexpected, in my opinion.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, to be fair, you've done it before, so why not have it happen again?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it I hope they realize like it wasn't close. It was 3-0. I think except for the last game, we won by 2 or more goals. It wasn't close.
That again, it definitely got close to the end there, but even then, I think a lot of people talked before the season about this team of Vector team, about them being a cheat code and how many high ranked players they have. But Unreal, you're proving you and your teammates are proving that rank really doesn't have all that much to do with how good a team is in this group. Even with EvoVector having all these high ranked players, having someone like Crow, who again people have been calling the player of the season in the Ascendant Cup. You gotta take me through. You gotta take me through kind of what really sets a good team, because you've proven that a good team doesn't matter about the rank. It matters about how the players work around each other.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's the trust that we have in each other. It's just like everything. Like the vibes were immaculate. Like even though we got scored on, there was no hesitation whatsoever. It's just, all right, let's just get it back. Like it was just such a good game. Like I think we said in last interview, like we just trust each other so much. Like there's no hesitation towards anything. We play together. It's just we play to our strengths.
As you guys said again, you play the way you want to. And well, I know Gray and Drake are probably still talking to each other.
Oh, I'm in the chat too.
Yeah.
You guys are? Oh, I just noticed you
yapping.
guys totally are talking to each other. I love this.
Yep.
The trash talk continues even afterwards here. But knowing this is a team that's almost certainly going to be in the playoffs as well, Gray, what do you think is kind of the likelihood of having a rematch against the team in the playoff bracket?
I think it's pretty likely. I mean, if they play like that, they're not making it through Swiss. But
Dang.
if they make it through Swiss, then that means they're actually playing Champ 3 level Rocket League. So I think we might see them in maybe the quarters, but they're not making it any further than that.
Oh, you heard it. The trash talk continues even afterwards. I personally have Team EvoVector probably making at least top 6, probably top 4, but obviously you guys are expecting to meet them a little earlier here. But hey, you guys don't have to worry about that right now. You beat them. You 3-0 swept them. Your immaculate season continues. No team again has been able to have an immaculate season so far. You guys could be the first. So far, you're en route. You only have one match left. No, you might have 2 matches left.
We have legit, and then whoever we play week 6.
You're right. You have 2 matches left this season. And if those immaculate performances continue, well, what's a season it would be? It would be something new to the history books. But for us right now, congratulations on your win. Great, Duper, Unreal, a 3-0 sweep over Team EvoVector. I think people really should be worried about you guys now, because you absolutely played the way you wanted to. That was a perfect performance so far. But for now, again, congratulations. Let's get some final statements going here. Let's start with Duber. Duber, do you have any shoutouts? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I'll just shout out the fans again. I sent the link to a few places, and I can hear my roommate screaming every time we scored. So, very, very fun to play with people who actually care about us.
We'll move on to Unreal.
Yeah, I just want to shout out my man Break for lighting the fire. He brought this on himself. Shout out to my teammates, man. They really the goats. Kind of like Ray said, this is definitely the best team I've played on, just synergy wise. So shout out the team. Shout out Break for lighting the fire.
And we'll end things with Gray. I know you've been the one who's been talking kind of as the head of this team, and for good reason. Now that you've proven that even some of the top teams here aren't going to match you guys. Is there any last things you want to say?
Yeah, just shout out to Unreal. Shout out to Duber. Unreal thought we were playing this team last week, so he got all excited, and then we had to break his heart saying we were playing somebody else. And then I was like, all right, I need last week's Unreal to lock in for this week, and he carried. So I appreciate the work.
As you said again, what a performance here. 3-0 sweep. You guys have been incredible this season. You take down Team EvoVector. And the immaculate season, the season of the Wobblers continues. Congratulations on your win here. Great, Duper, Unreal, and sweeping Team EvoVector. Good luck in the rest of the season, but again, as I said, you don't really need it with how you guys are playing.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Again, the Wobblers, a 3-0 sweep. That was incredible so far. And again, what a performance. I know for Break, he's been talking a lot about this match. He gets it. It's a huge series, and one that everybody should be paying attention to. Real sweep. What a performance. Yeah, everybody talking as well. It was Evil Vector who started the battle. It is the Wobblers who joined in and ended it. And hello, Break in chat, by the way. You guys are playing pretty well. Even although you got swept, don't hang your heads in shame. You guys are still an insanely good team, and I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see how you guys play. You know, against in your next 2 weeks, because those are going to be some huge matches for Evo Vector. But thank you all so much for joining in, for showing support. And shoutouts to our sponsor, In Variety Esports. Have an amazing rest of your night. Let's go show some support to more ATS action as well from another great caster. But thank you all so much. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. Bye.